You couldn't have never told me my son put a pistol in somebody's face. He was charged with 5 aggravated robberies and a kidnapping. I believe that it was an initiation because he was robbed before he started this. Not 2 months before he started doing this stuff with his friend, he was robbed. And I believe, to me, that was like an initiation.
What you're saying is when for your son to start this robbery spree that they were on, you feel like they initiated him by robbing him first.
Let him see how it feels.
All right, Latasha, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, welcome to Street Mothers Podcast.
All right.
I want to tell you thank you for coming to sit with us and sharing with our viewers your story. So we're gonna start off with how many children do you have, Latasha?
Excuse me. I have 4.
Yeah, 4 children.
3 girls and a boy.
Okay, 3 girls and a boy. Okay, so how old were you when you first had your first child?
I was 13. 2 months later, I turned 14 after I had them.
Okay, where was your mom at this time?
Ooh, my mom was in the streets.
Okay.
She was a street mom too.
Okay, she was. Okay. Did y'all from Little Rock?
We are originally from Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
Byway, Camden, Arkansas.
Thank you. I got it.
I say byway, Camden, Arkansas.
Y'all from Camden?
Because we went up north when I was young. Grade school, middle school, high school, I did up north though.
Okay. And so when did y'all get to back to Arkansas?
I came back when I was 23 years old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were 23 and because you had a baby at 13, when did you have the other ones?
I had my son in 99. That's my second child. I had my other 2 in 2001 and 2002.
So when you got back to Little Rock, did you have them all already?
Mm-hmm.
So where were they at when you got back? Were they with you?
They were with me. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We come down here on the Greyhound, baby, running.
Okay. Where was they dad?
I was running from him.
Oh, you was running from him,
running.
I'm thinking you.
Yes, okay. I came on the Greyhound bus, baby. 8 suitcases, 8 bags, and 4 kids.
We didn't get our lemon. I said lemon.
I see.
That's all right. We're gonna keep on rolling. Okay, so y'all was running from him.
Yeah. In 2004, he tried to kill me in the house with my kids. So they couldn't find them, and they asked me. I got tired of standing at domestic violence shelter, and they said, "You got somewhere to go?" I said, "Yeah." And I came down here. I got family in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I moved back here with my kids, and we've been here ever since.
Okay, and they all grown now, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So have you ever been in trouble?
Oh yeah. I got in trouble in 2000, and I think I caught my cases in 2008. Forgeries and theft by receivers, all felonies.
Okay. So did you go to prison?
Yes, ma'am. I got a 12-year sentence on it. Yeah.
So you actually went to the prison?
Yeah, I went to prison. Okay. Yeah, okay. I did a year. I did like 18 months. I was a cook for McPherson, honey, for a whole year. Dinner cook.
I bet. So what about them big old pots?
Yeah, I used to cook the chicken and dumpling and everything.
I hated that. Yeah. Did you do breakfast?
I did dinner.
You did dinner. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. No, I didn't do dinner. I just did breakfast because we had to cook out on pancakes, and I did lunch too.
Yeah, I was a cook there, honey. They said, "Who in that kitchen cooking that chicken dumpling?" Boy, they everybody getting up. Boy, that woman used to get mad at me. Trying to keep the seasoning from us.
Yeah, because I don't know why they don't want you to season.
Baby, I was trying to make it good for us. We want something to eat, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so did you said you went to work release or something like that, right?
I went to work release, and girl, I was paroled right around the corner from the hood.
So wait a minute, was Sergeant Stallings still at work?
Stallings, yeah.
And
she put me at Mary Pratt on Woodrow.
Yeah, I got. She had me there too for a split second till she realized I was from that neighborhood.
Well, she told me, she said, "You okay? I just been not hear about you standing on them tables talking to nobody." My kids was right around the corner, 1 block away. And they didn't even know I was there. I was there for 6 months.
Why?
Because I couldn't tell them.
Shoot, I had folks bringing
But
me
listen,
cooked soul food, and
now I was able to do that, but I
I had
couldn't.
my cell phone. I sent it home with my
I was too
coworker.
close to home.
I was too, but
I
baby,
was scared,
hey.
baby.
All right, so we gonna move past the penitentiary memory
Yes,
days.
ma'am.
Okay, so when you got out of prison, what was your next move?
When I got out of prison, I was working at American Pride.
You stayed there.
Yeah, and I went and stayed with my mother, who had my kids at the time. And I'm pretty much the one who, how could I say it? My mom, she's been a user on and off for years, so I'm the only girl, so I had to come in and be mama to my kids and be there for my mama.
Okay, so user of what?
My mother used crack cocaine for
Okay.
years. Since,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's something that you said that kind of got me a little bit when you said you had to be mother to your kids. Those are your kids, though.
Yeah, not just my kids, mother to my. Put it like this: my mother, she had my children.
Okay.
So I had to come back. I wasn't paroled to go there. I wasn't supposed to be there.
Okay.
But I was allowed to be there because my children were there.
Okay.
So they were at the time teenagers. And so I came home to kids that I hadn't, they had became teenagers when I was incarcerated. So I didn't know my kids no more.
Okay.
So when I got in there, there was stuff going on that I never knew.
Okay.
I had
thank
to,
you for clarification.
I had to
that.
learn my children all over
Okay.
again.
Okay. Now I see where you saying now. Okay. Okay. But you still wasn't gone but 18 months.
Still, but I was in the streets for 4 years before that.
Okay, see now that's where we
I went from the
I'm
street
with you now.
to the penitentiary.
I'm with you now.
Yeah, they lost me for 4 years and
plus
then
being
plus
18.
The
so it was really like 6-7 years
they
you
lost
wasn't
me.
out their life, and then now I got you now. Okay, I'm following.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now your first, give me your oldest daughter first.
My oldest is 31.
Okay, go ahead.
I had her in 94.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And so she got kids too?
She has one. She just had her. I have another one. It's Chantel is 24. Hold on. Yeah, 24.
24.
She's 24. And then my baby girl, and her name is Addie. She is 20, gonna be 23. Yeah.
So now you having these girls that's all in their 20s, and you know how these girls be.
Ooh.
Do they be around here fighting? Because I know I would.
Yes. Yes, they do.
I mean, it's not funny. But you know, but now we older, we know.
My 30-year-old just finished fighting my neighbor because she didn't want her fighting on me.
Well, you know what? Now you know they gonna protect mama now.
Yeah, she had a fit. And I wanted to do something, but I don't do all that. I'm too old for that stuff now.
Yeah, nah. In that case, we ain't gonna even consider that a fight because that's protecting home.
Yeah, she was just, and I didn't like it, but I'm like, honey, listen here. I'm not finna do no fight.
Yeah. Well, what about in the community out here in the streets, like other girls their age? Yeah,
my daughter, when she was younger, oh yes, Danielle stayed, and she was in AFC. She stayed in trouble. She's always fighting.
She better now.
As she done got older, her fighting now is only because of like me, her mama.
Okay.
She, she done got into it here or there, but she ain't too quick to fight no more. She done got older now.
So what did y'all do kind of like to steer her away from fighting? Because, we got to kind of get these young girls.
She just got older.
Okay.
She just got older.
And she started getting wiser because, with that age, you start getting wiser.
But when she turned 29, 30, she started changing.
Okay.
Yeah, on that part, on her
your other daughter, she don't do the fight.
Now, the one that got 4 kids, she's old hot head. Now, she hot now, but she don't do it. But she will. She's fast at it.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What about these men? Now, and I'm asking you that because this is important with all the domestic violence. And I know that you said you went through domestic violence yourself. So as a mother, what do you see that you don't want your daughter to go through with these younger guys that she's dealing with, or these guys, period? I don't know if they're younger or older.
Um, what I see is a lot of the guys that my daughters have dealt with, they probably miss their mothers. So they get with my daughters, the ones that they fighting and stuff. The issues be they want to help them, and they can't help them, and then it turns backfires on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as we see, it's a lot of girls being killed by their boyfriends.
Is that a fear for
It's
you?
a fear. It bothers me bad. It bothers me very bad. I got a head full of gray hair. I worry about my girls all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So, that's kind of crazy. Like with the girls, you kind of worry about the dude situation, them fighting other girls, or a guy doing something to them. With the boys, you worry about the streets.
Yes.
So, that brings me to my next point. Your son.
Yes.
Okay. So, how old is your son?
He'll be 26 this year.
Okay. Yeah. Do your son have any children?
Actually, he didn't. I was told that it wasn't his, but then after he was incarcerated, I found out that there might be a young girl that has a little boy that may be my son's child, but we don't know yet.
But are you wanting to find out? Because
I would like to find out, but I haven't been able to find her.
Okay, because I had a situation, but that's what I was gonna ask you. I'm not gonna go into what I had, but I'm saying I know as a parent with younger men as our sons, you often have to deal with what you just said, not knowing if the child is yours, or if this or that.
She told me he wasn't though, and then we found out that he wasn't the other boy's child. So there's a possibility
that it could be.
It could be.
And are you willing to take a grandparent's test?
Yes, I will. I would like to know. I would like to know. I got other grandkids, so I would like to see if
what's your son saying about it.
My son, he don't know. He don't know because the girl told us that it wasn't his baby. She contacted him while she was in there. We talked all about it, and she was supposed to come, and we were supposed to set that up, but it never
happened.
Yeah, and she's also a girl that went through some stuff, and she's just taking care of her boys.
So where is your son? Because why can't he take this test?
He's incarcerated.
Okay, so he's incarcerated. How long have he been incarcerated? Has he been incarcerated? I'm sorry.
Since 2016. And this is 25, so almost 10 years.
9 years. Yeah. It's been gone 9 years. So, can you take us through why your son is incarcerated?
First, I want to say, you couldn't have never told me my son put a pistol in somebody's face. You couldn't have never told me that because he was never disrespectful to me. He always did what I asked him to do. Now he would do things that I told him not to do out there, but in my face, he was never disrespectful. He was charged with 5 aggravated robberies and a kidnapping.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about you raising him, because you went through your situation while all this was going on when you said you were absent. Why were you absent?
So for about maybe, I want to say about 5-6 years of his life, I was in the streets. And he grew up in the neighborhood. He's the only boy, so he became friends with the boys in the neighborhood and other families.
So when you say in the streets, because with the street mother, so I'm gonna dive deep into what you mean by in the streets.
Yes.
What were you doing?
What I was doing, I commit crimes and getting high.
Okay, and what was your choice of drugs?
Honey, I went from powder to Primos to crack.
Okay. Now, your son, you said he had those 5 aggravators and the kidnapping.
Yes.
Was that in Little Rock?
Yes, it was in Little Rock. It was a high-profile case.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said he got the hanging with the guys, some other guys. What because I know your son, if he get to hanging with guys and they doing robberies and all that, 9 times out of 10 he claiming the hood.
Yeah.
What hood he claiming?
Well, at the time, it was they were 12th Street. I'm gonna say he would say East End. Okay. That's what he said.
Okay.
But I personally didn't know. Like,
okay,
what
I feel that.
I didn't know. I just know that my son hung out on Asher at the barber shops all the time. And he was always up and down that strip. They were always out there.
So now let's get back into the robberies.
Okay.
So they just clicked up. How many was it?
There was 4 boys.
Okay.
My son and I believe that it was an initiation because he was robbed before he started this. Not 2 months before he started doing this stuff with his friend, he was robbed. And I believe, to me, that was like an initiation.
I just want to clarify for the viewers and for me as well. What you're saying is for your son to start this robbery spree that they were on, you feel like they initiated him by robbing him first.
Let him see how it feels.
Okay. Now go ahead with your
That's
story.
where I said you couldn't have told me that. But when I analyzed everything that went on, I'm thinking to myself, I mean, that had to be the only way you would have the guts to go and do stuff like this since it happened to you. So he picked his friend. It was 2. There were like 2 sets of friends. It was him and he got his friend, his best friend, supposedly. And then the other 2 were friends. And so, but my son knew one of the boys from the other set, there was 4 boys.
Okay.
And they decided to go and do some robberies and carjackings. And it was just like very big. It was the summer. It was like the media say, we don't know if they real guns or not, because it looked like they just hung up their book bags and picked up baby guns. Or we don't know if they're BB guns or not. That's what they said in the news.
Wow.
Because it made it seem like, because it was at that time, it was a bunch of robberies going on in that neighborhood, period, all over.
And what was majority of these robberies taking place?
They were at like the gas stations up and down Asher, the hotels. They were like small, like in parking lots. They were running up on people in the parking lots, taking their cars. It was a bunch of stuff going on.
So they was the real definition of
they was actually jacking people. Yes. Jumping in the car on somebody. Like, it was a guy, he said he put up at the stop sign and said they just walked up to the car and got in. And so they made him drive them around. And when he got to a parking lot, he got out the car and ran. That's the kidnapping charge that my son has.
Oh, okay.
Because he picked him out of a lineup, said he was doing all the talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did your son share this information with you?
No, I didn't even know.
When did you find out that he was involved in all this?
A person in the neighborhood, a guy that's from the neighborhood that been living in the hood. I stayed on Johnson.
Okay.
Right off of Charles Bussey.
All right.
And a guy that I've been knowing that stayed over there for a long time, he called me and said, Tasha, I want you to come here. And he showed me the police beat. And when he showed me the police beat, it had a story in there about some woman had got hijacked for her truck at a Kroger parking lot. And the truck was in the neighborhood parked. And he said, you need to get your son, because this is what he's doing. This what you're reading here. He noticed that they were doing it. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to school every day.
So do you think that you know how they say sometimes as parents we can be blind to what our kids are doing?
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
I was. It was like he was living 2 lives.
The head of security at Hall High testified that he was always respectful, smiling, and a well-behaved student.
Okay.
Because you couldn't have never told me that.
So he was still going to school.
He was saying he was going to school. I was working at the hotel over here in North Little Rock. So I had to get on the bus before they got on the school bus. I would get them up, and then I would be gone before they leave.
Right.
And then they would supposedly go to school. He would leave out the house in the morning like he was going to school. And when the school buses dropped off, my son would walk down that street like he got off that school bus. But
okay, so give me one of those instances where one of those robberies after you found out that was your son, and that the one out of all those four, because you said it was four. No, it was five. It was four in the kidnapping, or was it five in the kidnapping?
It was 5. He got charged with 5 in the kidnapping.
Okay, so out of those 5, tell me which one was the worst to you that you think.
Well, they caught it on camera. And they call them the little Taliban boys because they had their heads wrapped with T-shirts.
Yeah.
So they call this.
I'm starting to remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And they had a video showing that the boys walked in the hotel and like they were the Taliban. And one jumped across the counter, tell the whole open up the cash register. So my son come across the counter, and I'm knowing it's him because I can tell this is my son. And I'm looking at it with him sitting on the bed because I made him stay in the house. Because I had somebody told me to look it up. And I looked it up and found it. And I said, if you tell me this ain't you, what do you think I can do for you? He said, Mama, it wasn't supposed to go like that. I said, what do you mean? You can't go taking stuff from people. You can't steal from people. You can't take from people because you'll never prosper from it. That's dumb. It wasn't supposed to go like that. Well, honey, I don't know what to tell you. Because they came. Next thing I know, them folks was coming to my door.
How long did it take them to find them? Before they nailed it to that these
they nailed it to that area, and they had been running. I let him go outside, and they chased the boys. When they got to chasing the boys through the neighborhood, they come to my door, and I'm talking about some big old men, big old white men. I'm talking about, and they like, where's your son? Da da da, and I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? They had been chasing all of them. And then I told him, I'm thinking he was at the after school program because he was supposed to be going through the summer school program. He was in Living Hope, some after school program, and he wasn't with them. And when I got him, I had to get him to the house. I got him to the house on the phone. So Devon, you need to come to this house now. And I mean now, because
they was there.
They was ready and they were going to find him. And I didn't want them to kill my son. If they get to chasing them, they don't know if he got a gun or not. They don't know. That could have been a very bad. So the only way they were going to get him was out of my hands.
Right.
And I felt like that was the safest way for me to let them get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your son's full name?
His name is Devon Ward. They call him D-Dub.
D-Dub.
Yeah.
Okay, D-Dub out the East End.
Girl, that's crazy. These kids is crazy. Yeah. Oh my God. And I'm telling y'all something. He is not the innocent child. Don't get me wrong.
Because that was where I'm coming.
Because he's not he's a very good charmer. Okay. Oh, he can charm he got a good gift to gab. And he's very mannerable.
Yeah.
To get what he wants. Now, he'll do all that to get what he wants because all he wanted to do was be fresh.
Yeah.
But with that came other stuff.
Yeah.
Him smoking weed.
Yeah.
He had been stealing out them stores, getting a bunch of theft of property charges. Now, mind you, I didn't know he was catching these because his sister was going to pick him up from the stores.
Yeah.
I didn't find out till the court stuff come.
Yeah.
And then they're like, your son got this many charges. I'm like, what? I'm not knowing. I knew about 1 or 2, but honey, they said him and another girl had the most theft of property charges in this Little Rock City. They had the top most ones.
Dang.
They both of them. He was always stealing out the stores.
Do you think if they wasn't stopped, that they would have ended up killing somebody?
It could have probably. I'm gonna say that could happen. Anything could happen, but
because one thing I always say that robbery is the fastest karma.
Yeah,
that's just something I always learned in the streets.
Yeah,
and because I know it can go so many ways.
The
person that you robbing, they can reach for the gun. They can
they can do
and somebody may end up hurt.
My son, I'm gonna say this, and it don't make it no better. When I seen the video, I could tell that what he was doing was trying to make sure nobody gets shot.
Okay.
Because he was basically, that's why they labeled him the ringleader. One of the boys was the head of everything. But because he was hot-headed, my son was always jumping in front of him to stop him from doing whatever he was about to do.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be that. And
And that's why
so
you think that he was targeted for as the ringleader?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I feel like that's what made them say he was the ringleader. Because after, like whenever the robbery, I guess, had started and things, he was never the first one in. He would be the one to come in and stop whatever was going on. Ma'am, do this or do. I seen it with my eyes, but that just made it seem like he was the.
But see, so if he was the one, it seems like more that do kind of seem like the ringleader. I'm just
It
being
is.
honest
That's what it
because
seemed
it's
like. It
more
is.
like he's directing the robbery.
But what
if he's the one that's giving the orders, you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of
it wasn't like he was.
But I see what you're saying. You saying you think that since he was the one stopping the chaos.
Yeah, because it was very unorganized. What they were doing was very unorganized. They were kids.
Do you think that anybody? How much time did your son get?
My son got 22 years.
22 years under the what? 70?
The Y. Yeah.
70.
70.
Okay. So that means he got to bring 15 and a half years to the door.
Yeah.
And he been gone 10?
Yeah. Almost 10.
Yeah. So he almost done.
Yeah, he almost done.
Okay.
And now I don't know if while they're in there, if they catch any more time, or I don't know how that 70% stuff go.
Well, 70% you doing 70%.
Okay.
But 30% is on parole. So you're still on parole for 30%. So that the board still can actually deny you if they want to. They can deny you up to your full term.
Okay. Because right now he's trying to get out of the trouble, but since he's been in there, he has got batteries. I'm talking about
how long it's been since he really caught some charges down there?
this last year.
Oh yeah, that's fresh. Have he got his GED or anything yet?
Yeah, he got his GED. He done completed all those classes that he can.
Yeah, because they get time off a little bit for those programs.
But because of that kidnapping, he can't do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because he would like to do something else, but it's not allowed.
He can't do 309 either, can he?
He can't do nothing.
Yeah.
That kidnapping stops him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think that his plans may be when he get out? Like, what do you as a mother feel that you can help him?
At the time now, I'm gonna say I'm the owner of Alterations and More.
Okay, and I was gonna give you a chance to go ahead. You can shout it out.
But with this trade that I'm doing is something called Leathersmith.
Okay.
And I would like for him to put I'm gonna put my funds into getting him the supplies to learn how to work with leather.
Okay.
And that's something that he can use for the rest of his life. Because we don't find that nowhere, and we still wear leather.
Yep. Well, what about a job when he get out?
I believe it's going to be hard.
Oh, it's definitely going to be hard.
It's going to be hard.
We know it's going to be hard. Yeah. But I'm saying that's why I was asking you.
He does tattoos.
You think that you can do to help him, with it?
I'm going to make sure he got somewhere to stay.
Okay.
He's always going to be with his mother. Okay. If he need to come there, I'm going to make sure of that. I'm going to make sure that he got somewhere to stay, that he's going to be...
well, them first 30 days, that's mandatory anyway.
Yeah, I want to make sure, but then my thing is to sit down and basically tell him, what has this got you? Yeah. Now what you want to do? Now I can put my funds into helping you to us, because he's going to have to buy these things, the equipment, and he's going to have to teach himself how to do it. And I don't mind sitting down with him doing it. So and I help him to get, because he's going to be kind of behind.
Especially with the amount of years.
Yeah, but he's going to be, now I'm not going to say two, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be a little behind as far as this social media. They were in it before he went. It was there. He stayed on it then.
But I'm
now
also thinking of everything. Like,
yeah.
He's going to be behind. And even with the help is still you still because things
And
have
he's
changed.
done a lot of time in the hole.
Yeah, huh?
He's done a lot of time in the hole.
So he may even need more counseling.
I believe he's gonna need to check every month.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure he gonna get that check every month. Joe lives because he can get it. Yeah, he's gonna have to get it. I heard about it. And he go, I'm gonna make
what kind of check you heard?
disability check because your mind is messed up.
Okay.
You don't know how to socialize. You've been put in a hole.
Yeah.
And you can't. Just for my small time.
Okay.
I had come out of here and I had bad anxiety.
Yeah.
Because you're coming from that type of, and you can't live the same way in there as you live out here. That's two different worlds. I call it, this is the real yard right here. That penitentiary yard ain't got nothing on this yard out here. You know, and there you got
get lights, water, and gas.
Yeah, that's why I said, and there you got 3 hots in the cot. You don't have to worry about nothing. Out here, you have to worry about all of that. So it's not easy out here, but I'm gonna be there to make sure that he can come out here on his feet. Okay. I'm gonna try to make sure that, because I know how it's gonna be.
So what about the victims? The victims that your son and his friends hurt. Woo. Do you have any empathy for them?
I do. Okay. I do. It's got to be traumatizing. Yeah. You don't know this person is gonna kill you. You don't know.
Have you ever been robbed?
Oh yeah.
I have too.
Yeah, and it's
at
not
gunpoint.
Yeah, and at gunpoint. Yes, it's very scary.
Okay.
And so I do feel bad about that. That's the reason why it was so hard for me to even picture my son doing that. I never thought that he's never, even with girls, he don't talk crazy to girls. He was never disrespectful, but it was just, that's why you couldn't tell me that he put a gun in a woman's face for her vehicle. No. Now maybe
what they do with these vehicles? What they go do?
Driving around in them. My son was so stupid. He was on the school camera in the car.
Wait a minute.
He got hauled high, stunting in the car. A stolen car. Now you can't tell me he understands some Miranda rights if you don't understand to do something like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. If you know these folks got cameras.
Yeah.
But you can't even tell. And my son would lie to you in your face and tell you it was not him. Yeah. You can show him on the camera, that's not me.
And what they fail to understand, baby, I birthed you.
Yes.
I can pick you out if it was this dark outside.
I said, Devon, it was but you, to this day, he's a good liar. Because he was lying to me.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, Mama, y'all think that he's just so innocent. I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with the boy. He coming at, Mama, you okay? You need something? I'm talking about literally, you could not tell me. He would let his friends cuss in the house. Hey, my mama in there. Stuff like that, so you couldn't tell me that. But honey, the judge and them said my son had 2 different lives. He said that was, you know him, but you don't know him out there. And it's true.
So speaking with your son, on the phone, have you noticed any growth in him?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
He's I see this. He don't blame nobody. He knows it's him. He know he know that, he took accountability for his actions.
Okay.
Because even though I did always instill, I told them things. I always told them things, but kids go by your actions. They looking at your actions. So I feel like the things that I've done led him to doing stuff like that. I feel like it was my fault.
You do.
I really do.
So you take accountability for,
but he don't want me to.
Son no, but we got to be real.
Yeah, he's still
you know. And
yeah, but I told him.
Yeah,
and I just tell him, but he still went against the grain.
Yeah,
but I
know you told him don't do.
Yeah, but
But I'm saying, it starts with our I mean
Oh yeah.
us, just like it started with your mom, with
Yeah.
you. You know, your mom was out there on that end.
Oh yeah.
And then you became out there on that
Yeah.
end, and then you're it's a pattern.
It's a pattern. Yeah, it's a cycle.
And that's what we got to try to break.
And it is. It's a cycle. And
So
it's my fault. I feel like it's my fault.
yeah,
No matter what he say, I still feel like it was my fault.
and you can't beat yourself up about
I
it.
did though. I did for three. I did
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Okay.
I did for the first 3 years. But I'm gonna say this: it took me off of using. I stopped using because of that.
See, that's wonderful.
I stopped using because
And
I
that's what
wanted
I
to
was
feel.
about to see, you know, ask you next.
I wanted to feel.
So let's take us through how you got off. I mean, how you know came out of your addiction, rather.
I'm just gonna be plain and simple. I was numb for them 4 years, 5 years. I was numb. That's what that drug does to you. Numb to feelings, numb to just numb. I didn't care. I wanted to be numb. But when I seen what happened and they was chasing my son and he could lose his life and all that stuff, and then they gave him that time. When they gave him that time, it was like they snatched him out of like they just pulled my child out of my body. That tore me. It tore me the fuck up. It messed me up. I was sick. I literally was sick. For 3 days, I cried. I was sick. And I wanted to feel, I felt like because this is my fault, I need to feel this. And I wasn't going to be able to feel it using.
Yeah.
So I had to quit. In order for me to feel, I had to stop using.
So by you using, what do you tell other women that was using? What do they need to focus on first with overcoming their addiction?
They gotta want to feel. It's not good to be numb, to not have, because we lose. I'm talking about you lose everything. You don't have no feelings for nothing, not even yourself. No respect. You got girls, you got kids. You need to feel these things that they're going through. Years after, even when if you use it, you sober up. You're gonna have to face it. In order to get better and not want to be numb, you're gonna have to face these things. Yeah. There's no way to get around it. You got to face it, or else you'll be forever in the streets, numbing and you getting high. You got to fight. You got to face it. You got to face it.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming to Street Mothers, and we will be having you back for a follow up, and hopefully, you know, we keep your son on the right path when you come on home.
Yes.